Hello everyone, this is Locke and I. Welcome back to another video on the Great Builds YouTube channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at two of the submissions I submitted this year to the fair. Now, if you're unaware, I submit things to the Yorktown Grange Fair, which is not a fair that's necessarily close to me, but if I plan a week ahead, I can make sure I get my stuff there in time and enjoy a pretty fun time at the fair. Now, I've done this before. I did a video on it last year where I reviewed the chicken coop MOC that I made for the fair, and that has been easily moved into where the farm area is here, along with some of the smaller builds in this year's submissions as well will move there. But for now, let's take a look at what submissions I did. Over here, we're going to start with this. This is a fire truck build that I built, and it's modeled after the design of the 2006 Lego City fire truck, which is one of the first sets I ever got. Now, I have that fire truck in the Lego City, but this is like a rebuilt version of it that turns it into like a tanker truck or one of the trucks that will carry the water to the fire. Now, this is very much an enjoyable build, so it's just something that I threw together, and I wasn't even planning on submitting this until last minute, but I decided, you know what, why not bring it to the fair? They're always looking for more fun stuff to display at the fair, so that was fun. And of course, it won a second place ribbon. I'll describe the ribbons later. Now, here's the big thing that I submitted this year. I spent a long time working on this, and if you've seen the fact that my upload schedule hasn't been very consistent the past couple of weeks, this is partially why. I've been spending a lot of time working on this. This is a replica of a cut-through section of the poultry tent that's shown at the Yorktown Grange Fair. Now, I had a lot of fun building this. I wish it was more accurate than it could have been, but I'm relying on what LEGO's recolors for parts at the moment would allow me. But you can see that we have 3 large cages over in the back there, so that the larger waterfowl have space to move around, and also other large fowl. And we have one of the rows of the folding tables that are usually set up in the tent here, where the chickens would be. Now, of course, I love chicken, so I spend a lot of my time at the fair in the poultry tent, and next year I'm even bringing some of my own birds with me, so that'll be fun. But you can see here that I've designed a couple of pieces of waterfowl. I loosely based these off of waterfowl that I remember from the fair, and also some of them are waterfowl that I personally know, either from my family's flock or just bird breeds that I've seen enough in my life to know how to build them. So we're starting over here. We have 2 of these fluffy geese. These are my geese builds that represent my brother's Seabistle geese, as well as my family's ducks. Hershey's a runner duck and Bill a call duck. And I also built a turkey. Now, there was a turkey at the fair the year before. I went to the fair this year to plan this, and that turkey didn't show up, so I feel like I could have, done a little bit better with making this more accurate with the animals at the fair, but I thought it was worth it, and the turkey build's pretty fun by using some of the flipper pieces to create the tail feathers. Now, these 5 birds will be being put into the Lego farm that will now have more animals around it. Because I love these builds so much, they're definitely worth keeping around. Now, this build got a first place ribbon. And now let's talk about what the ribbons mean, and while we do that, we'll go over to the wall where I have my ribbons displayed next to the minifigure display. Now, I got the first place and second. Now that we've seen the ribbons, let's take a quick look at where the animals are going. So we have the geese and ducks hanging out over here by the door at the farm, because that's just something adorable that you can see them do occasionally. And the turkey is taking its own time over here because it's a larger bird, and I would assume that most of the other birds might be a little scared of it. So, and of course, I had some chickens in the display, but they're all back with the rest of their flock now. I've got tons of them, and I probably won't stop collecting these guys. But that's where all the farm animals went. And as for the build of this main build that I did for the fairground tent, it's probably going to be destroyed because I am building a Lego City under what I call a budget, meaning I work with what pieces I've got, and I try not to buy extra pieces unless I absolutely have to. And this is just one of those things that I built for the fair, but like with the pieces used on the bottom of that original chicken coop display from last year, I kind of need these pieces for other projects that you'll see around the fair. However, of course, it'll always be remembered through this video, and there will also be pictures, plenty of pictures taken of this beautiful build. Now, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Feel free to stick around until next week for the next videos to come out. And I have a cool building challenge coming out in the future, as well as a couple more Lego City videos. And of course, if you haven't seen that other video that I did of last year's fair submission of the chicken coop, you'll be able to see that at the end card of the video. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.